everybody, how's it going? It's Neil from ScaleTrainer.com, and in this lesson we're going to check out the verse section from Kansas's Dust in the Wind. So let's check it out. Alright, so let's check out the chord progression for the verse section. He starts with the C chord, goes to an inversion of a G chord, and then to an A minor chord. Alright, so it's then he goes to a G chord. He kind of omits the third here. Then a D minor 7 chord here. So you're just barring these two strings on the first fret and fretting the second fret on your G string there. And you're going to strum from the D string down. Well, you'll be finger picking when we get into it, but those are the active sounding notes. Alright, and then he goes back to an A minor. And then to bring it back around to the C, every time he does A minor, your G over B, your inversion, which is just your second fret on the A string, and your third fret on the B string. And then you're back to C. Alright? So we had C, B, G over B, A minor, and then your G, D minor 7, then A minors. Alright, so let's add some finger picking. So he's using the claw hammer technique, and you're going to use your thumb and your middle finger to pluck these two notes, your A string and your B string together. Now you're going to use your thumb and your pointer and do your D string and your G string separately. So we have together, separate. Now we're going to do the outside strings again, your A string and your B string separately. And then the inside strings again separately. So that's the basic pattern for cotton picking. Outside together, inside separate, outside separate, inside separate. Alright, so you're going to start with C, to your inversion of G, and those all happen on the same string, so we haven't switched any yet. But now when we get to the A minor, we're going to pluck this as the bass note again, but now we're going to use the high E string as your outside note. And then those will be together, and then you do these two separate. Then you do A and B separate. Right? So when you first go to the A minor, you hit this as your outside note. You can check out the tabs below to get a better idea of what's going on. But so you only do that high E at the very first time you get to the A minor. Alright, so that's the first half of the verse. So let's check it out again real quickly. You got C major, G over B, and then A minor using that high E string. And it goes back to the B string. Alright? Now we're going to go to a G. I like to grab it with my ring finger here. And that's the only note you'll be fretting. You're going to hit that as your bass note, and then you're going to hit the open B string as your other outside note. You hit those together. Then you're going to go to the D and the G string. separately. Now your G and your B separately, and then the inside strings separately again. All right, so you got together, separately. All right. All right. Now this is kind of a strange transition. All these other chords were so spread out, it kind of gives you room to move, but now you get jammed down here in this D minor 7 shape. So it takes a bit of practice to go from this, jumping right into this D minor 7, but you'll get it if you practice it. All you have to do is, remember, just jump on these two first, on the strings on the first fret and bar them, and then really try to bend this first knuckle to give you room to get over and hold that G string on the second fret. All right, and before you even start picking it, if you're not familiar with this chord, just kind of make sure you have it nice and clear sounding. You don't want this to lay back and, you know, hit that B string. All right, now this one, you only get to play the bottom 4 strings, so your outside strings are going to be your D string and your high E string together, and then your inside strings are going to be your G string and your B string, and then your outside strings separately and inside strings separately. So you get getting near the end. So we get to the A minor again now. And every time we go to A minor, we're going to use that high E for your first attack when you hit together, all right? And then the middle strings, that's A and B string. So, and then the second time you hit together, it's the A and the B string. All right, so you got. Now, we've come to the end of the progression, but for the last 2 quarter notes, he hits together. He hits this one, that's your A and your B string. Then he goes to your G over B, which is 2 here on the A string, 3 on the D string. And he's going to hit those together, but he's also going to add in, with your pointer finger here, your G string to give a nice full G sound, because we're going to resolve back to the C chord, right? So you have A minor, G over B, then you're back to the beginning. All right, so I almost forgot. On that D minor 7, as if that isn't a little screwy enough, what he does before switching to the A minor chord is a little pull off here from 2 to 0 on the G string. So you get together, separate, together, separate, and then instead of the 2 togethers, you go, all right? But that kind of works out because it gives you a second to get to your A minor chord. So you got. All right, so going from the G. So I hope that was clear enough. It's kind of a tricky piece, that part. It's not as easy as the intro, but if you can do that one, you can do this one. It just takes a little time. So good luck with that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Alright, so that's how you play the verse section from Dust in the Wind by Kansas. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to go to scaletrainer.com if you want to download the tab or the Guitar Pro file for this lesson. Till next time, it's Neil saying thanks for watching.